Hey everyone, welcome back to the Ant Analysis. This week's recap of Week 4 of the 2025 NFL season was pretty eventful. We had our first set of games overseas in Europe. We will start with the Vikings-Steelers game, played in Dublin. Pretty exciting game. Plenty of big plays, I think, on both sides. DK Metcalf had a really big game, especially in the first half. The Steelers defense really came up big and really kind of put this one away for him. TJ Watt had a tip that he himself intercepted, kind of really sealed it for him. Despite the Vikings' valiant effort to storm a comeback, they did fall short, 24-21. Like I said, the Steelers defense really took this one home for him. For the Vikings, Carson Wentz was 30 of 46 for 350 yards, a pretty good day for him. Overall, 2 touchdowns. But he also had 2 interceptions, one of them being the TJ Watt one that he tipped to the line. Carson Wentz also took 6 sacks, which, like I said, is a testament to how well the Steelers defense played on Sunday. Jefferson had 10 catches for 126 yards. Jordan Addison had 4 catches for 114 yards. Jordan Mason had 16 carries for 57 yards. As for the Steelers, Aaron Rodgers was 18 for 22, a pretty efficient day for him, only 200 yards and 1 touchdown. DK Metcalf had 5 catches for 126 yards and a touchdown. Gainwell had 19 rushes for 99 yards and 2 touchdowns. Chargers-Giants, kind of the upset of the week. I don't think anybody really expected the Giants to really hold into this one, let alone win it. It was announced earlier in the week that Jackson Dart was going to be starting over Russell Wilson, so everyone was kind of hesitant to see how that one would go, especially for how well the Chargers defense has played all season. The Chargers on offense just really looked frustrated, kind of out of sorts. Herbert had a bad day, pretty inaccurate. He had 56% completion percentage. Penalties really hindered him kind of throughout the whole day. For the Giants side, though, Jackson Dart really spread the ball around and got kind of everyone involved and really had a pretty good day for a debut. Unfortunately, bad news out of that game was Malik Nabers tore his ACL, which was pretty unfortunate for how well he was coming along on the season. For the Chargers, Justin Herbert was 23 of 41 for 203 yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 kind of costly interceptions. Quentin Johnston had another pretty good day. He had 8 catches for 98 yards and a touchdown, and then the rookie Omarion Hampton had 12 rushes for 128 yards and a touchdown. For the Giants, Jackson Dart was 13 of 20, didn't really have to throw a whole lot. I know they tried to keep him kind of limited on what they needed him to do. But like I said, he's pretty effective, spread the ball around. Threw for 111 yards, 1 touchdown. He also had 10 carries for 54 yards and a touchdown. Darius Slayton had 3 catches for 44 yards. Cam Skattebo had 25 rushes for 79 yards. A game I feel like a lot of people were looking forward to was the Colts-Rams. The Rams won 27-20. Pretty good game overall. The Colts definitely should have won this game. Adonai Mitchell kind of handed this one to the Rams on a couple of occasions. He had a big catch, and then he fumbled it right before the end zone out the back, so that ended up being a touchback. So Rams football on that one really cost him 7 points. And then he had a costly hold on a Jonathan Taylor touchdown that went for a pretty long run that got called back. Daniel Jones looked out of sorts. He didn't have a very good game either. Had a couple of interceptions. Just kind of looked, unfortunately, like he did for the Giants. So we'll see if he can kind of correct this and get the Colts back on track. Jones was 24 of 33 with 1 touchdown and 2 pretty costly interceptions that really took him out of this one late. Jonathan Taylor had 17 rushes for 76 yards. Adonai Mitchell had 3 catches for 96 yards, and like I said, that costly fumble out the back of the end zone where the ball just slipped out of his hand right before he crossed the plane. Warren had 5 catches for 70 yards. For the Rams, Stafford was 29 of 41, had a pretty pass-heavy day, but really effective for him. 375 yards and 3 touchdowns. Kyren Williams had 13 carries for 77 yards. Puka Nacua had 13 catches for 170 yards and 1 touchdown. He really kind of lit it up. Definitely their star receiver there. And Tutu Atwell had 1 big catch for 88 yards and a touchdown. Other notable games that I'm not really going to dive too deep into. Sunday night ended with the Packers Cowboys, and they ended up tying 40-40. I was pretty disappointed with how the Packers played. Their defense, honestly, just really disappointed. The offense was pretty good. Romeo Doubs had 3 touchdown catches, but our defense really just looked like a wet paper bag out there. Dallas really did whatever they wanted to, especially after really kind of getting dominated by Chicago last week. Chiefs got back on track by beating the Ravens. The only thing coming out of that game really was that Lamar Jackson sprained his hamstring, or strained his hamstring. So we'll see kind of how that injury progresses over time. The Eagles beat the Bucks. The Bucks really had some early breakdowns on special teams. The Eagles had a blocked punt they returned for a touchdown, and kind of looked out of sorts after that. Patriots crushed the Panthers. It was kind of surprising to see, especially for how well the Panthers played last week against Atlanta. Miami holds on, and they beat the Jets on Monday night. Big problem with that game, though, was Tyreek Hill dislocated his knee and tore multiple ligaments. Been quite a lot of injuries this year, which is really unfortunate to see for a lot of players. So we're hoping that a lot of these guys can get healthy for next season, and some of these injuries can kind of get figured out throughout the season as it goes. Thanks for watching, everyone. That's the Ant Analysis, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.